You want some embargoed stuff for later on this evening? Yeah. We can do that now. Yeah.
Sorry, can I ask you, given the spotlight that's been upon you, was there a moment when you feared that you might not be available for the opening game of the tournament, and how has that been? You've been under pressure a lot throughout your career and responded by playing, but was this a more testing period with all of that intensity of gaze on you?
Look, it's not nice to be in the situation. It's definitely not, and especially in that period between not quite knowing what is happening. But I think all that I could concentrate on as soon as the squad was announced is how excited I am to get together with this team, to get going. As I said, we meet tonight, and as Steve's just said, we've got a lot of work to do, and we're excited about that. And whatever was made, whatever decision was made, I would have accepted that decision and made sure I came ready to get on with what's in front of us, and that is about this team getting together and getting on the same page as quick as we can, and focusing everything into playing Scotland.
And both Steve and Kevin have spoken very highly and strongly about your character, your resourcefulness. To have that faith in you stated on the record by the coach and assistant coach, does that have an impact on you as well as a person, to know that they really have set the guard for you as a player and a character and a leader?
Yeah, I think it does. I think to be named captain of an England team, and to be named captain, especially of this group, as you said, is unbelievably talented, is a huge honour and a huge privilege. And I think that we're looking forward to when we get together of that leadership team and the people that are around it, because we've got a huge amount of experience within the team. We've obviously got Ellis and Courtney, who are the vice captains, who are fantastic leaders, but we've also got a good few lads that know how to win games as well, and have got a lot of experience under their belt and a lot of years in terms of knowing how to win games. And I'm looking forward to getting together with the group, as we said, and growing that and making sure that we're all in and focused on what's in front of us, which is Scotland.
Steve, the community games up in arms at the moment. What's your view on the waistline tackle and all that's coming in?
Well, I think the main thing here, because there are more details to come, and that's the key element here. There are more details to come and full understanding of that. The main thing is that globally we're trying to address this to make this game, keep that physical intensity of the game that we all love at its very core, and make it safe for generations. That's the main thing. Now, whether this initiative's right, whether it's going to be tweaked and changed, because we're going to learn and we're going to get better and we're going to continue to try and make the game safe. I think that's got to be the main priority, and I don't think anybody in the room would disagree with that. I think we'd all agree we want to make sure this game is protected for generations to come. So I think the main thing I'd like to focus on is that people are trying to find solutions, and as I say, with the England team, we're going to make sure we coach our players to tackle lower. Do I think we're going to change every habit straight away? No, absolutely not. But we're going to be trying, and we're going to learn as we go.
And a man of your height, would you have fancied having to tackle around the waist every opportunity? And what would you say to those players who now feel that the game's been taken away from them? They might leave the game, which we're hearing a lot.
Yeah, and I understand that there are elements of the community game that have challenges. So there are growth areas of this game. We are seeing more and more. So post this COVID period, we are seeing numbers in the junior game increasing. We are seeing, and I see that. I was there at the minis yesterday morning at -4 or wherever the temperature was, and shivering away, and I'm seeing hundreds of little kids run around on the only pitch that wasn't frozen, because it was the 3G. It was an artificial surface that has been funded by England Rugby, by the RFU. That they are desperate just to play rugby and have a good time. We've seen numbers in the women's game increasing, and we see the incredible success of the Red Roses, which has been tremendous. But there are some areas of the community game, particularly on the adult male side, that we do want numbers to increase. We do want people to come back into the game. So there's a long-term process of keep filtering those younger players to come through, to make sure they become adult players, and there is trying to get people back into the game and keep them in the game. Do I think that initiatives to ensure we keep the essence of this game and we protect the essence of the game and make it safe? Do I think am I supportive of initiatives that have that intent? Yes, I am. What I'm also supportive of is let's try things. If it needs to change, we tweak them, we change them, we learn as we go.
Alex, we'll come to you, and then Gavin, and then Alex will come to you at the back, and then I think that's it for time. Is that right?
Well, Sunday section.
Yeah, then Sunday off. We'll do Sunday bit after, Nick. Is that all right? Right.
Owen, the last two Six Nations have been really disappointing for England. Given you've got very little time on your hands, is it realistic to sort of beat Championship contenders this year?
I think the only thing that we're focusing on is what we can do now. And as we've already said a few times now, is that we're looking forward to getting together tonight for the first time and getting on the same page and getting on the field, especially for what is going to be a great first game against Scotland back at home at Twickenham. And we all know how well Scotland's been playing of late. They had a fantastic autumn and obviously beat us last time around. So we're looking to pour our efforts into getting together and getting going as a team, and also into that first game, which is going to be a huge game for us.
Thanks, Gavin.
Steve, just you talked about getting back to winning rugby and the focus on the game. I just wondered, overall, given the context of your appointment and its World Cup year, if you've given some thought to what success overall would look like for England in the Six Nations beyond winning matches, you know, is there obviously spoken to the players about what you want from them and what you think you want to achieve?
So I'll be speaking to the players this evening. We'll have our first team meeting this evening. When we met, we had I was able to speak to the players in small groups at the start of January, but tonight is the first time we come together as a squad. What do I expect of the players? I expect the players to come and bring their strengths, every bit they picked because of their strengths, bring every bit of their quality into the international environment, into the England environment. And I want them to fight to win every single contest. Mistakes, things we can help, we can coach, we can work, we'll work through that. But I want the players to just come in and have that belief in themselves. And then that comes to the first part of your question. My job is to make sure the England team goes onto the pitch prepared to be able to find a way to win that game. And then we'll do the next week, and then the next week, and the next week. I'm very clear on that. Very clear. I'm not going to sit here and talk about goals and objectives for the tournament, because I'm saying I want to be in a position to go and win each game we go into. I also think it's dangerous for me to go and put a cap on the players, put a ceiling on the players. So I wanted them to bring their strengths into the international environment. I want them to go onto the pitch at Twickenham in that first game, then the second game, and then the third game, and as we go through this tournament, and bring their strengths onto the pitch. And that's my job as a coach. I want them to come on the pitch showing every bit of the talent they have.
And I will just have your thoughts on that as well, in terms of what you see as success in this team. If you've thought about, your captaincy coming back, if you're going to change anything in terms of your approach.
I just obviously back what Steve's just set up in terms of our focus. Our focus is on us being ourselves and making sure that we bring that out of ourselves quickly, as quickly as we can, and all our focus is going on into that first game, and we can't wait to get out in front of our home crowd at Twickenham against what is a tough Scotland team. And I know that everybody wants to look forward and wants to look 9 weeks 9 weeks forward and look back at it and say what would have been success. But us as players are hugely excited about what's happening now, and getting together and getting going in what is a fantastic tournament.
Thanks. We'll finish the daily section with Alex Spink, and then we're on a tight time, I believe, but we'll do a quick Sundays bit after that. Thanks, Alex.
Morning. Steve, your predecessor used to use this occasion to play mind games and to throw a few verbal grenades towards opposition coaches. What is your strategy along those lines?
Hi, Alex. My strategy is to be very upfront. I'll be very upfront with you. I'm not going to try and do that. What I'm going to be is going to be me, and be authentic to me. Now, what's that? I care deeply about my players. I want them to go onto this pitch playing for England and be the best themselves. And Alex, I'll be clear with that, and I'll talk a bit more about it. As a player, and I was privileged to play 57 times for England. I had the great honour of captaining the country on 21 occasions. Now, I look back a lot of that time and I regret a lot of the things I didn't do. Did I give the very, very best account of myself? Did I ever play? You always put the F in, not question effort, but I ever feel like I could bring all my strengths onto the pitch? Did I ever feel absolutely that I gave the best account of myself? Would I like to rewind the clock and go back and try and do it again? Yeah, I would. I can't, unfortunately, as Owen keeps reminding me, I'm old and I can't do it. But as a coach, one of the things, and there's a couple of real things I love about coaching, because I do love coaching, is I want to try and help these young guys not make mistakes I made, and actually come back, and when they're old like me and don't have hair like me, they actually look back at their career and don't have regrets. I don't want them having regrets. I don't want them looking back at times and going, I wish I'd done this, I could have done that. Let's do it. Like, we're going to make mistakes, and I promise you, one thing I will promise you is we're going to make mistakes. But what I absolutely want these players is to bring their great strengths, because they are incredibly talented players. And I want them to bring those strengths onto the pitch in an England shirt. And then we'll find out if we're good enough. And we know what we do, whether we win or whether we lose, the next week we're going to be better. And then whether we win or whether we lose, the next week we're going to be better. But if I keep that attitude, I think, of me being authentic, I'm not going to try and play mind games. I'll leave that to other coaches. I'm going to care deeply about my players. I want to try and help my players have an incredible experience here, representing their country, and make sure they're really proud of what they've done. Really proud of it.
Do you think that there's anything to be gained from having a big trying to get a rise out of people?
Well, I think by the nature some people choose to do it, possibly. For me, right now, we've got plenty of work to do. So my focus is on my team. It's not on the other teams, because I can't do anything about those teams right now. And the reality is, as you can see, is that we're a little bit behind. So, and you saw that in the autumn. Now, I think, I'll say this, every English supporter in this room wants this England team to perform, and wants it to perform better than it did in the autumn. So right now, as we're sat here looking ahead, I want to make sure this England team improves from where it was, and we try and win every game we go into. And I'll be clear on that, because every game matters. And this is an incredible year we have ahead of us with the World Cup later in it. But one thing that's going to be really clear about my philosophy and the way I coach is that every game matters. So we're here, we've got Scotland in this unbelievable tournament of the Six Nations. You know, you see, watching the captains walk around here today, just as they walk past you, you see what unbelievable players we've got. And I'm very privileged we've got Owen Farrell captaining our country and leading us out there for the start of the Six Nations.